Well, hello everybody, and a happy Juneteenth for 2025. Um, and let us all celebrate and be happy about national independence. You know, due to the many events that have been happening lately, and I live in Los Angeles, so apparently my whole town was burning down, which wasn't true. So that's one aspect of fear that really was um, not real. Okay, totally not real. And I'm here to help you be at peace, to be calm during these times. All right, there's so much that's going on, and it's affecting everybody, but we're not going to let it affect us. All right, we're going to stay at peace. All right, so Juneteenth was signed um, into being a federal national holiday back in 2021, I believe it was, by President Joe Biden. And many companies adopted this holiday as a day off with pay for their employees because this is a very significant event. It was, and here's a little history. It was back in 1863 that President Lincoln signed into law the amendment for the Emancipation. But not all slaves were free until 1865 in Galveston, Texas, where there was still slavery going on there, or in the state of Texas, that in 1865 that the slaves were finally free. All right, so that happened on June 19th of 1865. So that's why this is recognized. And let's think about that for a second. They they were free from oppression, free from slavery, recognized as equal human beings in the United States. All right, yes, there's still problems, but you know, the gist of that is that we're all equal citizens of the United States. That's who we are. Now, recently, and I'm switching the slides to um, the, let's see here. There we go. All right. Sorry. I am trying to get it together here. All right. So now, um, Caesar Milan, I was listening to his message the other day. Actually, it was on the day of No Kings celebration. What was that, on Saturday, the 14th? And his message basically was to um, the Mexican people, because he came from Mexico. He immigrated here from Mexico, and he's become a very famous um, dog trainer. I would call him a dog whisperer. Okay, and he's had television shows, and he's become very successful in what he does, and he did it here in the United States, and he's proud of his heritage coming from Mexico. Now, his message was not spoken in Spanish, which he could have done. He spoke his whole message in English, and I believe that is not only for the Mexican people, even though he was addressing them, Mexican people here in the United States, but it was for everyone to hear. And I believe it was also for um, the ICE representatives to hear as well, that the people who have immigrated here from Mexico, they are people of loyalty, they're hard workers, they're people of service, and they just want to be part of the pack. When he said this, and he's referring to how dogs, if they are free, they run in packs. Well, they came to the United States because they wanted to be part of the United States. They wanted to be part of the citizenship here. Okay, it's not because they came here because they wanted to do wrong or um, upend our government. They just want to be part of us, and they'll contribute to that. All right, so he tells everybody focus on what makes you strong and focus on being respectful, trust, and to show love to one another. All right. Now, which I think is an extremely good message. All right. And keep that in mind because that might um, give you some resilience against fear. Stop this fear, okay? Because that's how things get out of control, and you're thinking the worst and you might generate the worst to happen. So don't do that. All right, now this picture I'm showing right here is a picture I took when my friend and we were parking the car. We just parked the car and we were going to go to a Mexican restaurant. And when there was a car wash right next to this restaurant. It's Gilbert's in um, Santa Monica. And when the car wash is closed, you can park um, on the grounds of this car wash. And I noticed right next to the car, this clump of daisies were growing right out of the pavement. And it was just beautiful. All right. So there's beauty everywhere, everywhere. If you look for it. So even when the worst is happening, the message is look for the beauty, take a deep breath, know that the scenarios in your mind that make you fearful are it's just your imagination of the worst possible um, outcome. All right. It's not happening to you right now. I could have been thinking about how horrible all of these events are that are being taken place and the protests in Los Angeles, but I look down and I see daisies growing out of the pavement, and it just made me smile. So you can look around and get this kind of happy feeling back in your heart. All right. And I want to leave you with this. Always want to uplift you. So please try to um, celebrate yourself, have faith, show love to yourself and those around you. Smile at a stranger because that might be the only smile they get this day, and you might make their day. Think about that. All you had to do is smile. But I want to leave you with this thought that I hope something good happens to you today and tomorrow and the next day. All right? Life can be good. Life is good. All right. And happy Juneteenth. All right. Let's celebrate our independence. All right. Thank you very much for watching my podcast. Take care.